What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, we back in Australia, checking out 10 things Australians will never do. What are 10 things Australians will never do? We finna check this out, see what it's about. And I believe I did this guy channel before, Aussie English. Yep, I remember him. He was probably my first Australian video I did. So he finna show us 10 things Australians never do. This is interesting because I want to know what the 10 things Australians will never do, because you know Australia different, and I know there's 10 things that I'll never do. Australia, you know, that's interesting.
Not being able to make eye contact with people through the cracks in the bathroom stall door. Why do you?
Of course, the first thing I think everybody in the world haven't figured out except Americans, or you know, go to Buc-ee's. Australia, if you ever come to Texas, go to Buc-ee's. There's no peep cracks.
Not
Nothing.
being able to make eye contact with people through the cracks in the bathroom stall door. Why do you Americans do this to yourselves? What? Having your kitchen and laundry combined so that the machines are in the same room? That's really weird.
That's different. I ain't gonna lie. I know he probably gonna get more into it. We stayed in an apartment and the laundry room was directly in the kitchen. Convenience, because you know we had a washer and dryer in the apartment, but yeah, it's weird. Now
Being expected to know another language other than English. Wow, that would never happen in Australia. They would expect you to know English.
English, motherfucker, do you speak
Not
it?
Samuel.
But I can't imagine them expecting you to know another language unless you went to an area where there was a large community of people, say Italians or Greeks or Vietnamese people, and you went into a store that usually just services that community.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll meet people there who don't even speak English. So maybe in that
Oh, wow.
situation, they may be like, well, we assume you're not going to try and speak English with us because we speak Vietnamese here.
You are not from around here, are you?
But other than that,
movie
no,
was that?
that'd be very weird. But I can imagine in Europe that happens everywhere. Unions. Just watched Cloud9 on Netflix.
Cloud9.
And if someone tried to bust a union in my country, it'd make national news and gather massive support. Yeah, so there are lots of unions here in Australia too. Again, I'm not sure if that would be America or Europe. So unions are effectively groups that take care of workers' rights in Australia. So you'll have like the teachers union or the workers union at work sites, tradies union, and they
See, I wasn't a part of a union, but I was working at a company, and mind you, I'm 18. I don't know nothing. My first job was when I was 17, about to turn 18 in a couple of months type of thing. And a job that I worked at, they had a union strike because they were trying to, like, they just I don't know what happened. They just let the workers off or something. And the union went on strike. So you know, me not being a part of the union and all that stuff, certain jobs, people were still able to come to the workplace. And every day I pulled in, those workers, they holding up signs pretty much like this, but they're in the front of the building. Mind you, it was like the company was kind of gated, so they're blocking the gate. You can barely get in. And my main thing was like, just look straight. Don't make eye contact with nobody, because I ain't gonna lie. I thought they were finna beat me up or something like that. Finna get jumped, you know, cause you know, 20 people in front of a gate, one car, one person in there, and people are mad about their jobs and what the pay and all that. You don't want to fool with that, you know what I'm saying?
look
But
after those
first time when I was
workers.
18,
I think it would be
crazy.
the same thing in Australia. If you tried to bust up a union here and get rid of unions altogether, people would riot.
That's not gonna happen.
I think you would have a lot of people in the streets protesting. Songs with swear words being broadcasted on the radio, or swear words not being covered with a beep tone on TV. It's always felt weird to me that Americans are all about being free and freedom of speech, but then again, they're scared of some stupid words. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I find that amusing too, and it happened in Australia when I was growing up. There would be certain restrictions with what type of TV could be shown at what times, and it would be the same for radio. And so if it was during a certain period of time, like say 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. in that window, there's probably a restriction and it has to be PG. Meaning parental guidance, so they're not going to have swearing, they're not going to have sex scenes, or they're not going to have people talking about adult themes like drugs.
So we had the same thing, but it was ours, I think, at night. It was like after dark type of stuff. So, you know, that stuff didn't usually come on till like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning here. And of course, you know, people expect kids to be asleep. it would just suck. I remember being little, you know, and we were watching a movie, but everybody just happened to fall asleep and something come on. You know what I'm saying? It's the craziest thing. It's crazy thinking about it because, like, you don't expect, like, you watching a family movie, but it's 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. You know, your whole family fell asleep after the movie or during the movie or something like that. And it's crazy. They just come on.
The swear words in music would always be beeped out, but if you're watching late at night or early in the morning, it wouldn't be. The weird thing was that you could always tell what the swear word was.
Yeah,
you'd hear beep.
Game sucks.
And so
Yeah,
I always
you
found it
still
kind of
know it.
redundant. It's like you might as well just mute the whole thing.
Guys, I am very aware of the fucking stupid fact that I have to beep out every fucking swear word because fucking YouTube will demonetize me.
Automatically
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. YouTube, I just seen something. They hitting people for inappropriate language now. So I gotta watch. I don't say bad words or nothing, but the certain videos I watch, they be saying it.
Leaving a voting ballot in the mail and getting paid time off to go voting. Jesus, this is Europe. I can't imagine doing that. I can imagine getting the voting ballot. That'll happen in Australia, right? You'll get that in the mail, or at least instructions on how to vote. But I can't imagine being paid to go and vote. I don't think that would happen.
Dave
here.
Chappelle.
Putting mayonnaise on French fries instead of ketchup.
Who does that? I don't do
Firstly,
that.
ketchup. So this is American. Ketchup, we would never say ketchup. We would say tomato sauce. Or if you're really Australian, dead horse. But yeah, it's becoming
Dead
more and
horse,
more
that's the
common to
first.
see aioli, which I think is what
Aioli.
garlic and mayonnaise being offered at places where you get burgers and chips and everything for you to have the chips dipped in. So it's becoming less and less of a weird thing. When I was growing up, it was not something you would have ever seen anywhere. Maybe tartare sauce at a fish and chip place, but not mayonnaise.
And I think that's a European thing. Because I think, was it Germany? It might have been Belgium. They had mayonnaise on the side with their fries. I don't do mayonnaise. I can eat mine with like honey mustard, ketchup. Mayonnaise, I don't know. Mayonnaise just have a certain taste. It don't taste good with salty fries.
When I was studying architecture in Prague, the dorms that turned into a hostel in the summer had co-ed showers with private stalls. Everyone took their shower in the stall and then toweled off in the common area together. Yeah, so I guess the thing here is having
That's
toilets
interesting.
where men and women can both go. There are places in Australia where you'll have unisex facilities, so that means that either
We don't
sex
care.
can go
Is that
and use them.
real?
I always found it weird
don't
that we
care.
kind of have these separated. I guess we probably do it for the sake of children, but at the same time, it's kind of like once you have your own family and you live at home with a group of people, everyone uses the bathroom together. It's not really a weird thing. So I always found it a bit strange that we don't have more unisex facilities, especially if they're all stalls that you can use
That's
privately.
true, that's true.
What are you
Everybody
gonna
can
see
use a
if they're not
toilet.
Change rooms, they're just toilets. Don't find it that weird. Letting kids go to
no.
school or walk around the neighborhood by themselves without supervision. A Dutch
they-
family moved to the US and their kids went to school on their bikes like they always do. After a while, the police showed up on their doorstep
What?
and Child Protective Services. That's weird. That's very weird. In Australia, it's pretty common
That
for
is
kids to just
crazy.
walk to school or to ride their bikes to school. There's no issue here.
Will somebody please call Child Protective Services?
I think people...
That's interesting. I remember, like, believe it or not, I don't even know if schools, now that I think about it, I don't even know if schools still have it. When I was growing up, and I'm not that old. I'm old, but I ain't that old. We used to have bike spaces where kids could ride their bikes to school. I don't even think I see those no more. I barely see bikes out here, you know, but that's interesting. What in the world? Because they bike to school? Where are they from? Where did they go live at? That's definitely not a Texas thing.
People are a lot less liberal
I
than
don't
they
know who
used to
that
be.
is.
So when my dad was a kid, at the age of 8, he was probably out and about in the streets without supervision. For us, it's
All the
probably more
time.
like once you get to about 12 years old, unless you're going to school. And usually when you're going to school at a younger age, you know, under 12, you're probably going to be with other kids or
Yeah.
maybe
I
walking
was
with other
walking
family
at
members.
11.
But anytime you're going to and from school, there's other people in the street doing the same thing. So it's kind of pretty
Yeah, I
safe.
was walking to school and home at like 10, 11 years old. Times have changed. That's crazy how much times have changed.
Taking the bus. There is so much stigma around public transport in the US, especially buses. And in Europe, it's just a totally normal way to get around because no one wants to deal with driving and parking in a big city. Yeah, in the big cities in Australia, this would be pretty normal, getting a bus or getting a train or a tram if you've got them in your city. But when you go out into the more rural areas, it's definitely a little more dodgy. You're going to come across a lot of interesting characters on the bus because generally they're going to be people who don't have the kind of income to be able to purchase a car and drive the car where they want to go.
Or because of certain substances, they may be unable to drive a car.
So they'll be young kids or students. But then you're going to get, if they're 30, 40, 50 years old, they're going to be probably a little on the strange side quite often.
Bus wankers!
Hey, in between us.
Where did that come from? I don't know, it just felt right.
I mean, I've heard a lot of
Just felt
stories.
right.
My wife uses the bus sometimes and she's just like, geez, there are some rare units on the bus. Apparently having your laundry machines in the kitchen, I think it would be great, but Americans appear to be horrified by the thought on real estate social media groups. Yeah, that's weird. Having your kitchen and laundry combined so that the machines are in the same room, that's really weird.
I found it to be cluster when we lived in an apartment. It's kind of tough because, like, where our laundry was, it was basically across from the pantry. So, say for instance, if I'm doing the clothes, doing the laundry and stuff, my wife might need to go in the pantry. She could hit me. It's not enough. It wasn't enough room there. Here, in America, the laundry room, I think I got some laundry going right now. I can hear it. It's got its own room. The laundry got its own room here. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, to each his own. I did see in Europe they have a lot of stuff together. You know what I'm saying? But here everything got its own room. You got a restroom. We got a laundry room. You got a garage. Shoot, what other room? You got a storage room. You can make a game room. Shoot, this is a regular room I'm in, but I made it an office, but to do all my recordings and stuff. But we got a room for everything, just about.
You would have your washing machine and or your dryer in a laundry, a different room in Australia, and you'll have your dishwasher and everything in the kitchen, and never the two shall meet. They'll be separated well and truly, so that would be a bit of a shock, I think, unless you were living in, say, a one-bedroom apartment.
See, that makes sense.
Or a studio apartment where it's all the same room and there's no space, so you make sure, you have all the machines in the same place. But if it's a normal house, you're never going to see that in Australia. Not being able to make eye contact with people through the cracks in the bathroom stall door. Why do you Americans do this to yourselves? What? Not being able to make eye contact with people through the cracks in the bathroom stall door.
That's creepy.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're asking, to be honest. Are they thinking it's weird because you can't do it, or they're thinking it's weird because you can do it? Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
It's a big crack. I ain't gonna lie.
lie.
Like I was saying earlier, Buc-ee's. If you ever in Texas, go to Buc-ee's. The biggest gas station, just about, a convenience store. It's big. The biggest gas station in the world, I think. And you can go in there and they have everything you need. It's like the Walmart of gas stations type of thing. Walmart got its own gas station, but the thing is huge. But they do it right. Buc-ee's do it right. You can't see out of the store. Nobody can see in. It's perfect. But everywhere else, you pass by, you might see somebody. You ain't even gonna lie.
I think you would generally.
You're gonna see somebody on accident, not even try.
Just leave them alone. Thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out this one if you want to learn about culture shock in Australia, and I'll see you next time.
Oh yeah, that's the one I checked out. But yeah, man, us Americans, we do some different things, but it seems like the Aussies, they're very different from Europe as well. Cause I've done so many videos of Europe culture shocks and stuff, and it seems to me everybody just different. Cause Australia do something different. Europe do something different, and we do something different. But I'm sure it's a state to state thing, country to country thing when it comes to Europe, or even city to city. Cause y'all see, I'm like Texas, certain Texas stuff, you just know they don't do that. But then again, a certain city in Texas might, another state might. So everybody is just different, state to state, city to city, country to country. Like, everybody got their own thing going, on slang, on whatever, on everything, just about. But that's just how it is. But Australia would never do. Yeah, that seemed more on the Europe. Australia would never do something. What that's European, I guess. At least that's what I think. You know, I mean, me personally, I'm not the type to eat mayo and French fries. But I like mayo on my sandwich. You can put it on my burger, but if I happen to put some fries on my burger, then that would make sense because it's all going to the same place. Other than that, ketchup meat, or tomato sauce meat. But that's all I have about this video. Y'all let me know some other things that Australians would never do, and I'll check that out. But other than that, y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out.